Hi, we're doing your weekly guidance for Monday the 15th of October 2018. The cards I would like to use this week are The Whispers of Lord Ganesha by Angela Hartfield. So let's start. The card for Aries is openness. This card is saying that what you need to do is this week is be very open about everything that you're doing, everything that you're aiming towards. I'm feeling that there's a lot of things that you're trying to achieve, but you need to be very open and very direct with those that will be impacted by the changes that you have coming up around you and the decisions that you're making. So be open, be very very transparent, I suppose, is the better word for what we need to look at doing, and through this there'll be no question as to where your basically your loyalty and your dedication lies moving forward. So openness and transparency and directness is the message for Aries for this week. Okay, and Taurus. Splendor. This is saying that it's time for you to feel good about yourself. It's time for you to put yourself out there in ways that you probably haven't felt comfortable in doing previously. It's showing that there's a lot of things around you that you need to appreciate. Appreciate the beauty. Appreciate the splendor in the everyday things that you have got going on around you. For too long we become a little bit complacent and we take a lot of things for granted, and what you've got to realize is that there's splendor in even the most simplest of things. So this week, appreciate yourself, look at the splendor that is within you, and also appreciate and acknowledge the splendor in the surroundings that you have around you at the moment. Okay, it's basically just, okay, thank you. They're saying beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and this is the week for you to really open your eyes and really notice the beauty and the splendor around you. Okay, Gemini. Oh. Okay, Gemini, courage. This is saying that you need to find the courage to tackle a project this week. I'm shown that there's some things that have been a little bit difficult and that you keep putting it off. You keep putting things to the side. You keep postponing a task in particular. This is a task in regards to home and family, they're telling me. And what they're saying is that you're pretty much have been very hesitant in moving forward with this task. What they're saying is that this is the week for you to dig deep, grab the courage that is required, and really buckle in and get this done. Okay, you can't keep putting this off forever. They're telling me that this is the time for you to ask for others for help, and also get basically a support network around you to help you move through this task that you keep postponing. You have courage, you have strength, you have determination. You just have to dig deep and pull it out and use it this week. Okay? Okay, Cancer. And your card this week is saying generosity. What this is saying is that it's time for you to stop hoarding. And what I'm shown is that this is hoarding not just your financial assets, it's hoarding your time. They're telling me it's more about being generous with your time and giving time, or giving your time to others this week. Be a little bit more generous in helping others move through certain things that they've got going on. They're telling me that you've often found yourself too busy and found that your time was better spent elsewhere. This is the time for you to stop being so stingy with your time. And it's not so much financial generosity, they're telling me, it's more time generosity. Be generous of your time. Be generous of how you share your time and how you give your time to others. So this week it's about helping others out and making sure that you have time for other people in your life this week. Okay? Leo, Leo, Leo. Okay, this card's turned. Priorities. This is saying that you've got to really put your priorities in place this week. You've got to work through a list of what you feel is needed to be done, what you need to put attention to, what you feel you have got coming up in your future, what you need to manifest, what you need to put time and effort into. Get your priorities straight, okay? Make sure that you make yourself one of your priorities as well as what they've just told me. They're telling me that you need to make sure that your priorities include yourself. A lot of self-care, self-love needs to be addressed, and you need to make this list of priorities a priority. Okay, so you need to just sit down and basically work out a timeline and a plan moving forward, and put things in order of priority as to where some attention needs to be put and where some time needs to be sort of taken away from certain things. So get that list happening and get those priorities put into place. Virgo. Oh, that one flung out. Delight. This is saying that there's a lot of joyous news and happy news and things that will bring you a lot of delight and happiness. And delight for me is a lot more free and lighter happiness, and things that just bring a real sort of gentle sense of completeness and happiness around it. And what they're telling me is that this week for you guys, Virgo, is that there's a lot of things that have been sort of routine and mundane, and this week you'll actually find a lot more happening that will bring a lot of delight to you and also to your household. And I feel as though there's some nice little changes internally and energetically within your home that will bring a sense of delight and completeness. And it's I think it's been a little late coming, but it's a time for you to sit back and enjoy it, and just enjoy the sense of all that you need you have, and all that you want is yours for the taking. And also the things that you have and that you want are those things that will bring you the delight that you've been searching for. Because I feel as though this has been a progression where you've been out looking for certain things to tick those boxes and to make you feel as though you're achieving and you're accomplishing. And the delight card is something that I feel that you've been looking for, and it's yours this week. Okay, Libra. Okay. Steadfastness. This is saying stick to your guns this week. You're very solid when you need to be, and this is the week that you need to remain solid, steadfast. Stand in your truth, stand in your power, stand in your beliefs. Don't allow others to persuade you otherwise. Don't allow others to influence your belief system, put pressure on you for what your belief system is. You have the right to choose your own beliefs. You have the right to choose your own direction in life, who influences you and who doesn't influence you. But all told, it's what feels right with you. Stick to it. Stick to your guns. Don't allow others to persuade you otherwise, okay? So steadfastness, remain solid, remain strong, remain powerful in your knowledge, your beliefs, and don't allow others to persuade you otherwise. Scorpio, what do we got for you this week? Okay, surrender. Time for you, Scorpio, to let go, to stop trying to hold those reins tight. Stop trying to have control over every single situation. You sometimes have to surrender to the universe, surrender to a situation to allow the true path to come forward, to allow your true journey to make itself known. So surrender to what you feel is holding you back in regards to moving forward in your life. Surrender to allow what will be to be, and stop trying to push things into reality, because everything comes to us at the right time, at the time that we need it. So you need to surrender and just let it happen at its own pace, and stop trying to be so controlling over everything that you have going on in your life this week. Okay, Sagittarius, moving on for you guys. Childlike expression. Stop being so serious. Relax, chill out, calm down. Find a little bit of fun, a little bit of laughter, a little bit of mischief, like just play a little bit. Just stop being so focused and so driven and so serious and adult-like. Every now and again you have to kick your heels up. You have to be very childlike, and just find the things that probably remind you of a great, easier time in your childhood. Things that you've had a passion for from childhood. Stick to it. Okay, pick things up that you may have enjoyed as a younger person. Pick it up again. Whether it was reading, grab a book. If it was music, grab yourself an album. Movies, go and download something, watch something on Netflix, whatever the case may be. Whatever reminds you of a greater, more carefree time of your childhood is that you have to pick it up this week. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn. Beautiful cards, but very hard to shuffle because they're quite large. Even for someone like me with quite large hands, it can be quite problematic to shuffle, hence shuffling them in a vertical rather than horizontal position. And Capricorn, your card is going to be, oh, that one, concentration. Focus and put your concentration on the task at hand this week. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by possibilities. You know the path to take. You know what needs to be done. You know how to achieve the task at hand, and make sure it comes to fruition. You get it completed on time. You need to put the concentration onto the task at hand and focus really hard and long at the process that's required of you this week, because it's a thing with you, Capricorn, that you can have so many things going on at one time that your attention, your concentration is spread over many different things. What this is saying is this week you need to look at the one thing, concentrate on it, achieve it, get it tucked away, and move on to the next thing. And don't allow yourself to be distracted in the meantime. And Aquarius, you have for you this week, according to Lord Ganesha, who happens to be a Hindu god and the remover of obstacles. And his message for you this week is belonging. You know that I feel that for you, Aquarius, that there's been times where you're feeling as though you're unsure of where you belong and what it is you're meant to be doing, and you haven't really felt as though you've had something of your own that you could really sink your teeth into or take ownership of. This card is saying that this is the week for you to realise that you do belong to a wider community. It's not just your family that you belong to. You belong to your community. You belong to like-minded peers, whether that be your neighbourhood, whether that be a work colleagues. There is an area of belonging that you haven't really felt you were a part of. This is a time for you to acknowledge that and to really own it. Step up and go, okay, I do belong here. I do belong doing this. I do belong within this network of people, and take ownership of that. And you'll find that once you take that ownership and acknowledge that you are belonging to something more than what you've previously thought you did, that you'll start to blossom, you'll start to develop further, and start to really really grow as a person. Okay, and finally, Pisces, your cards for the week for your guidance is this one, decision. This is saying that you have a decision to make this week, and I feel that this is something that you felt sort of needing to be brought forward, but you kept finding an excuse not to make this decision. I'm shown that this is something to do in regards to a relationship situation between two people. They're telling me that there is a decision to be made in regards to the relationship status, and whether or not because I feel what you've been doing for so long is putting it off, putting off making a decision as to how or where or why or anything about this relationship. Now, relationship doesn't have to be an intimate romantic relationship. This could even be a friendship, but what they're telling me is there's a decision to be made in regards to this relationship. You need to make this decision this week. Don't rush it, but please try and get it made this week. Because this is something that for so long you've been putting your feelings on the back burner in regards to protect the feelings of the other person involved, and this is really not doing you any favors, is it? Okay, so what they're telling me is that you need to work out what is it deep down that you want from this relationship. Can you see there being a future with this person? If there is, then is there any changes that you feel needs to be made within this relationship to make it a healthy relationship moving forward? Or should you just cut your ties and walk away? Okay, so work it out, stick to your guns once you make your decision, and put it into place. Okay, everybody, that's your weekly guidance for the week beginning Monday the 15th of October 2018. Using our cards from the Whispers of Lord Ganesha by Angela Hartfield. And thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Take care now. Bye.